World of business right here on News Today. The recent Skywise debacle is shining the spotlight on the state of domestic airlines in the country. The low-cost airline was grounded last week because of unpaid airport charges. At the same time, national carrier SAA is grappling with management and financial issues. Yesterday, E&Y published a damning report on SAA. It shows that as much as 60% of procurement at SAA could be subject to weak business controls.
On Tuesday, SAA said in a statement that EY had audited 48 contracts across SAA, Mango and SAA Technical. This draft report found that weaknesses in more than half of SAA's procurement processes may well be the cause of the airline's losses. It shows that 28 of these 48 contracts are improperly negotiated, poorly contracted or weakly managed. Chief Economist at Econometrics, Dr. Azar Jamin, says there appears to be inconsistency in the structure of the local airline industry.
The government is spending a fortune of money that it can ill afford, and we saw the downgrades in our credit rating on the basis of concerns about the balance sheets of parastatal organizations and the possibility that the government might be called in to fund even more of these bailouts in the future.
Considering that the fiscus is constrained, it's clear that government cannot afford to pump more money into SAA. But should it then consider privatizing the airline?
There are those who have argued that the way out of this is for the government to privatize an entity such as South African Airways, but for ideological reasons, most of the supporters of the government don't want to hear about the government getting rid of any of its operations.
If SAA is taking such strain, what then is the future of smaller airlines? When the price of oil began to drop, it was hoped that it would provide sustainability to the budget airlines.
Instead, many other costs are rising substantially, but most importantly, the cost of using airport facilities is actually a big aspect of this. And here again, one is looking at a government-owned entity that sets the price and that it is not determined by market forces. And so these small airlines are beset by a whole lot of prices that are determined not by market forces, but by dictates of the government as to how much they need to pay. And this is wiping them out.
There are, however, mixed fortunes on the horizon for the domestic airline industry. The persistent weak rand-dollar exchange rate will be an excellent booster for foreign tourism. But unfortunately, the same cannot be said about the financial health of local consumers who could be traveling using the airlines. They can look forward to rising inflation, rising interest rates and falling disposable incomes. Diabo Seto, SABC News, Johannesburg.